property tax increase. So it's no secret property taxes have gone up the last couple of years. Where does the money go? That's what the question is. Is it just here to kind of sustain the increase in budget every year, or is it actually go into something new?
No, I mean, we've talked about this before, Mike. I mean, the city is very constrained financially. We've cut back the number of city employees. There are about 200 fewer city employees than there were 10 years ago. The city's achieved a great number of efficiencies, including, on its electricity bills, which are quite substantial. The fact that we built out all the solar and have replaced all the street lights with LED and have electric cars and all that, we're saving a considerable amount of money there. We've reorganized city government. But all these efficiency steps aren't enough to deal with the enormous cost pressures that come from healthcare, for city employee healthcare, for city employee pensions, and from charter schools. Those are the biggest drivers. And budget, the city has, if you look at it, think of it as a pie chart, only about a quarter of it is operating expenses associated with city departments. The school department is funded at the net school spending level, and that's about 40% of the budget. Net school spending meaning that that's the minimum the state requires of us, so it's irreducible. And then there are those fixed costs such as healthcare and pensions and county assessments and all that. So what's left is about 25% of the budget. About half of that is fire and police and EMS, public safety. And then the remaining 30 or so departments in city government, their operating budgets make up only about 13% of what's left. So there's just not a whole lot of wiggle room. So just hypothetically, not that we would do this, if you closed every library in the city, you would barely see a bump in the budget. It's just, that's just the way it is. And so, that's why I've said all along there needs to be some changes in state law that include, and state policy that include more money for education to free up funding here for other things, more money for roadways. It's another thing that we need more of. There needs to be greater leeway in our ability to manage healthcare costs and pensions. And the state can't continue to force more charter schools on us, regardless of where you are in the charter school question. The reality is that they represent a substantial expense to the city that is very, very difficult for us to afford. So my administration's done a good job navigating these straits, but we've lived in a time where it just hasn't been easy, but we'll continue to do it. Thankfully, we've got a very skilled financial team that's been able to help us to manage all that.